Good morning, everyone. My name is Eugene Nicandri. I'm acting chair for this meeting of the Economic Development Power Allocation Board for August 6, 2018. I'd like to welcome the new members of the Economic Development Power Allocation Board who are presently participating by a video conference, and they are Dennis Trainer and Andrew Silver. I'd like to welcome you both. I'd also like to welcome both Power Authority staff members who are present in the White Plains office. This is a scheduled meeting which has been duly noticed as required by the Open Meetings Law of the State of New York. I would call the meeting of the board to order under the EDPAP bylaws, Article 3, Section 2. The first item on the proposed agenda for today is the adoption of a proposed agenda. I'd ask whether any of the board members have any amendments to that proposed agenda, which has been previously circulated to them. If there are no amendments, they should be. If there are amendments, they should be moved, seconded, and adopted. If there are none, I would entertain a motion to adopt the proposed agenda.
Make a motion to adopt the proposed agenda.
Have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. The next item, the agenda is adopted, and the next item is the approval of the minutes of the last meeting of the board, which was December 11th, 2017. I know the two new members were not members of that board at that time, but I would ask if anyone has any amendments to the minutes, and if not, I would ask a motion to approve the December 11th, 2017 minutes.
Motion to approve.
Been moved, seconded. I'll second it. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, and the minutes of December 11th, 2017 are approved. The board members were polled prior to the meeting regarding conflicts, and all members declared that they have no conflicts on any of the items on today's agenda. At this point, I would ask Keith Hayes, Vice President of Economic Development, to present the New York Recharge New York Power Program allocations. Keith?
Good morning, Judge, and might I say it continues to be an honor to work with you as chairman, and I welcome the new board members, Mr. Silver and Mr. Trainer. Good morning. Today, the board is requested to recommend that the trustees award 22 allocations of Recharge New York large business retention, large business expansion, and small business and not-for-profit based power to 18 applicants. 31 applications were evaluated for this period, all of which were submitted through the state's consolidated funding application system. The applications included both retention and expansion-based power allocation requests, in addition to requests from small businesses and not-for-profit organizations. As in the past, applications were evaluated on a competitive basis in consideration of the 12 criteria in the Recharge New York legislation. I won't read through each of the 12 criteria, but some of the key components include job commitments, capital investment, and an applicant's risk of closure or leaving the state if they are not rewarded or awarded a Recharge New York power allocation. Each application was evaluated and scored with regional economic development councils providing input by scoring each applicant in their region relative to 2 of the 12 legislative criteria. The council scores comprise 20% of an application's total score. Prior to today's recommendations, please note that 57.3 megawatts are available to allocate out of 610 megawatts that are set aside for large business retention purposes. 94.3 megawatts are available to allocate out of the 200 megawatts that are set aside for large business expansion purposes. And 7.3 megawatts are available to allocate out of the 100 megawatts that are set aside for small business and not-for-profit purposes. Today's recommendations consist of 22 allocations totaling 11.3 megawatts of Recharge New York power. This includes the following: 2 large business retention allocations totaling 1.5 megawatts and supporting over 270 jobs. 6 large business expansion allocations totaling 7.3 megawatts and supporting the creation of over 3,100 new jobs. And 14 small business and not-for-profit based allocations totaling 2.5 megawatts and supporting nearly 2,700 jobs. If today's 22 recommended allocations are approved, 55.8 megawatts will remain available to allocate for large business retention purposes, 87.0 megawatts will remain available to allocate for large business expansion purposes, and 4.8 megawatts will remain available to allocate for small business and not-for-profit purposes. The awarded applicants will be offered Recharge New York contracts for terms of up to 7 years. The contract has provisions for the partial or complete withdrawal of an allocation if the recipient fails to maintain mutually agreed upon commitments relating to, among other things, employment, power utilization, and capital investment. In summary, the board is being asked today to recommend that the trustees approve 22 Recharge New York large business retention, large business expansion, and small business and not-for-profit based power allocations. This item is submitted for your approval. I'd be happy to take any of your questions.
Mr. Silver, Mr. Trainer, any questions of Keith about the background of the program or allocations made prior to today's meeting or any of the applicants that are being considered today?
No
it's your
questions
chance
here.
to quiz them, yeah.
No, Your
Andy?
Honor, nothing. No.
Okay. If not, I would ask for a motion to approve the recommendation found in the materials. It's been moved, seconded.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Keith?
Okay, the
Economic
next item.
development?
Yes, sorry, Judge.
Go ahead.
The next item requests the board to approve the transfers of Recharge New York power allocations for 3 customers, each of whom are experiencing business changes necessitating these transfers. Specifically, transfer of a pending 106 kW RNY power allocation awarded to Airstream Corp. For its use at a new facility in Oceanside, New York, to a sister company called the Food Authority, Inc., for its use at a new facility in Hauppauge, Long Island. Also, transfer of 495 kilowatts of Recharge New York hydropower allocation awarded to Kaleida Health for use at its Women and Children's Hospital of Buffalo to a new location on Ellicott Street, where the Women and Children's Hospital of Buffalo operations will be conducted under a new name, the John R. I apologize if I get this wrong, O'Shea Children's Hospital of Buffalo. Transfer of 2,990 kilowatts of Recharge New York power awarded to Normpac Industries, Inc., which now operates as Cascades Containerboard Packaging, Inc., to Cascades New York, Inc., to address corporate organizational changes resulting from a merger. The transfers, which are conditioned on subsequent approval by the authority, will result in no material reduction in the base employment levels and capital investment commitments associated with the allocations, and each will be addressed in contract documents containing such terms and conditions determined by the authority to be appropriate to effectuate each transfer. Again, this item is submitted for your approval. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any of the board members have any questions of Keith on this topic?
No questions from here.
If not, I would ask for a motion to approve the recommendation found in the materials in reference to economic development as outlined by Keith Hayes.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
When moved in second, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
It's approved. The motion carries, as does the previous motion. Before I go to the next meeting, I'd like to, Dennis, I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
And-
Judge, see you too.
Andy, if I don't see you before our next meeting in September, we'll see you in September on the 28th at 10 a.m. via video conference.
26, Judge?
26, what'd I say, 28th?
Yes.
I stand corrected. Let the record show it's the 26th of September at 10 a.m. via video conference. The corporate secretary's office will contact each of us about availability at that time. So unless there's members have any additional business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you,
Thank you,
gentlemen.
Judge.
Thank you very much.
Members
Thank
of the
you,
staff, appreciate everything. Thank you again.
Our pleasure, Judge.
Thank you.